Three questions that everyone asks you when they meet you for the first time. What's your name? What do you do? And where are you from? Now, I've met some of you, but seeing as a lot of you are new to me and I'm new to you, my name is Alex Dion. I help people with their stories. And where am I from? I grew up in the UK in a Jewish family. My parents, they were both born and grew up in South Africa, but they're actually both Dutch. My dad, well, although he was born in Cape Town, he has Dutch parents and Dutch heritage going back to the 1600s, except for some German and Spanish roots. My mum, she has an Estonian mother and a Lithuanian father, as well as Polish, Albanian, Kazakh, Russian, Ukrainian, Latvian, Lithuanian, Baltic, some other Eastern European roots, like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. Both parents decided that they would move to the US, Canada, France, Israel, Germany, and then Mexico before I was born, in Reading, a small town outside of London. Then I moved when I was 18 to Bristol, another town, spent a few years there, and then I flew all the way to Copenhagen, Denmark, met an Austrian woman there, went back to Bristol, and then I brought the Austrian woman with me. We decided that we would move to Vienna, where I became a Brexit refugee. And then after 2.5 years there, well, the thing with the Austrian woman didn't work out, but I decided, should I stay, should I go? Maybe I would go back to the UK where I am now temporarily. On the other hand, my brother, he met a woman in Surrey, another town in the UK, who's Greek. Well, Greek, but has a Cypriot mother and a Turkish father. My sister is dating a guy from Ghana, and I'm currently dating a woman from Moscow. So where am I from? I actually have no idea, but it has been my life's quest to figure out this answer. And I remember when I first asked the question, I was 8 years old on a family holiday in sunny South Africa, Cape Town. And I was around my granddad's house where this photo was taken. My granddad, who I called Opa. And I was staying there because at the time I was a bit of a computer geek. I was helping him fix something on his computer. And at 2 in the morning, he went into the lounge where I was sleeping, put Jerry Springer on the TV and lit up his tobacco pipe. That was Opa for you. A bit inappropriate, but hey, a bit of a funny guy. And I looked into Opa's big brown eyes and said, Opa, where am I from? Alex, you are from the Netherlands. Really? You're not as handsome as a typical Dutchman, but orange blood runs through your veins. Really? Of course. Here, smoke this pipe and you will understand. Well, I didn't smoke the pipe, although I found out later that what I thought was broccoli at the time was actually a lot more Dutch than I knew. But I grew up believing I was Dutch. I was exotic, living in the UK with a funny sounding surname, de Jong. I had hagelslag for breakfast. I ate herring for lunch. And I ate a mountain of Edam cheese for dinner, even though I'm lactose intolerant. This was my life. This was my identity. I gave Dutch tulips to every single one of the 17 women who rejected me at secondary school. And when the 18th woman came around at university, I brought her back to my family in the UK. She actually said yes to the Dutch tulips. And whilst we were sat on our leather lounge sofa in Reading, my hometown, my parents, my mum specifically, was showing her some baby photos of me. In fact, this photo, it's cute, isn't it? So my mum was like, oh, it's really cute. You know, this photo was actually taken shortly after Alex was born. We never told him this story, but we were about to go on a riverboat cruise in Sonning, a small town outside of London on the River Thames. And then the contractions started, so we had to go to the Royal Berkshire Hospital. And I thought, Thames, London, Royal Berkshire Hospital. Mum, these don't sound like places in the Netherlands. Alex, you were born in England. What? Yes, Alex, you were born in England. Now look at this photo. And I was like, wait, hang on, Mum. I was born in England. England? Are you sure? I think I would remember. You were a fat baby. And as you can tell, I was shocked. This was as if my entire identity had like crumbled down, like a Lego bricks that had been knocked over. I mean, I can't be English. I'm not polite enough. I can't be English. I'm too intelligent. I can't be English. I voted to stay in the EU. I mean, I cried more when the Netherlands were kicked out of the World Cup final by Spain than I did when Croatia kicked England out of the semi-final. This can't be true. And I thought, you know, if you live a lie long enough, maybe you believe the lie. Maybe it is true. And this was put to the test 6 months later, 24 years old. I was giving my very first workshop at a Toastmasters district conference, and it happened to be in Amsterdam, my home country, the Netherlands. So I was getting the flight to Schiphol Airport, and I had my Dutch passport with me, proving that I am Dutch. I was at the border security, and he asked me a question. He said to me, "Waar ben je vandaan?" which in Dutch means, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Nederland." I gave him my passport. I have never, ever felt more Dutch than at any moment in my life. I literally felt my blood boil with orange. My face turned orange. My hair was probably turning orange like some sort of deranged Donald Trump, even though he's, well, again, whatever your feelings about the derangement of Donald Trump aside. But I felt so Dutch at this point. He looked at my passport, he looked at me, and he said, "Hoe is de vluchtmiddel? Ben je heel zaken of vlezen?" I'm really sorry, but I don't actually speak any Dutch. And he looked at my passport and he looked at me as if a sad puppy who hadn't been walked for a few days because of the coronavirus of their owners. Now, I later found out that Schiphol Airport has a white room with no windows. And the border security questioned me in there for 2 hours and 47 minutes whilst I told them this story. And then they asked their supervisor, and then they just laughed at me, gave me back my passport and said, "We don't know where you're from, but you should probably go back there very soon after we let you in." Fellow Toastmasters, I have no idea where I'm from. The 3 questions: what's your name? What do you do? Where are you from? I believe the 4th question is even more important, which is, where are we now? And that doesn't take any Dutch courage to answer, nor does it take a cuppa of British tea. Where are we now? We are looking out either at our windows in our apartments and houses, or the windows on our screens, and we aren't defined by our borders or our nationalities. We don't need to lie about this question. So where are you now? Cheers.
Alex, first of all, I think that you definitely are at least as handsome as an average Dutchman. And second, I can totally imagining you boiling with blood boiling into orange. I hope that there were some security cameras that were able to capture these videos. And if you're able to get that footage, we will put it on our Storytellers Sunday online Facebook page. Love the story and I had a good laugh over there. I believe Jenny has a question for the audience. Jenny, over to you.
Yes,